Hello children, it's CB Dhole from Physics Department. Before your college starts actually, I'll be dealing online. In the sense I'll be sending videos online, and there is slight difference in regular teaching and online teaching. But I believe you'll cope up with the teaching, because live teaching is slightly different from the online teaching. Anyhow, try to concentrate. When you people meet us, or any one of us, will be able to solve your problems if at all you have not understood anything. Well, already first lesson, that is motion in a straight line, has been taught by one of the lecturer from Physics Department, that is Desai sir. I will be dealing with next lesson, that is motion in a plane. Well, before I begin that lesson, let me introduce myself. My name is CB Dhole. Working in this college since 22 years. And probably sir must have told you, but let me revise. Along with your regular theory, please concentrate on entrance exams also. But don't do like this. You'll be concentrating totally on entrance exams, neglecting the regular theory. Well, to understand my particular part, that is motion in a plane, you require little knowledge of trigonometry and vectors. Well, Kannada and Marathi medium students, you will be having slight difficulty in the beginning to understand physics. Slight difficulty, I am telling. I am not discouraging you people. But with the time, you will realize that it is easier. And other subjects I don't know, but physics, what happens, it is purely mathematical. And whatever is taught, in some or the other way, mathematical connection is there. If your maths is strong, or at least you are having the level of understanding maths, you will easily cope up with physics also. Now, I don't want to waste more time. Let me start with motion in a plane lesson. What is the meaning of motion? Motion means one thing should move from one place to another place. See, for example, you are having a car. Imagine it is the car. Car moves from MOVES, moves from one place to another place. It moves. If it moves, it is called motion. In fact, it is called linear motion. Linear motion means motion along straight line. Now, motion in a plane means if you take a stone and if you throw it in space, now what happens? When the stone starts moving, it is moving along x-axis as well as its height is also increasing, that is which one? Y-axis. Both x and y are changing. If the particle is here, x equal to 0 and y is also equal to how much? 0 meters. If the particle comes here, this stone comes here, x might be 3 meters and height might be, that is y-axis is how much, maybe 6 meters. How do you write coordinates x and y? Say x and y. X will write first, that is how many meters? 3. And what is height of the stone? That is 6. Here how many coordinates are changing? 2 coordinates. This is called motion in a plane. And what about that car? Earlier, car is moving along a straight line. You will not see car jumping and going. It is moving along straight line. This is called linear motion. What it is called? Linear motion. This is called motion in the plane. Motion means movement from one place to another place with respect to time or with respect to surroundings. Now see here. In this car's example, how many coordinates are changing? See, when we saw the car, time was 0. When the car moved here, the time is say some 2 seconds and its displacement is say some 10 meters. Next the car has gone, again some 10 meters when the time is 4 seconds. Here only x axis is changing. X is 0 meters, x is equal to 0 meters, 10, here 20, 30 and so on. But in case of motion in a plane, how many coordinates will change? Both x axis and y axis. So this is linear motion, this is plane motion, like that. Now, if you consider a gas molecule present in the box, gas molecule, imagine this is the box itself. What happens? The gas molecule may move along x axis also, it may move along y axis also, it may come along z axis also. It can come in, what do you call, any place, it can come in any place. So here how many coordinates are there? 3 coordinates. You should tell how much is x, how much is y and how much is z. So x, y, z 3 coordinates are there. That is the motion in 3 dimension, we will see it later on. Well, motion means moving. Rest means what, children? Rest means body should not move from one place to another place. It should not go. This is called rest. We will learn some more definitions. Scalar and vectors. Scalars and vectors. Scalar quantities are those which have only magnitude and no direction. Before this, what is the meaning of physical quantity? Physical quantity means what? We will learn. Any quantity which can be measured, measure means calculate, count, is called physical quantity. See, for example, sir, what is length of the duster? Sir, length of the duster is L is equal to, say, some 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter we can tell surely. So length is measurable, measure. M-E-A-S-U-R-E, measure. Anything that can be measured is called physical quantity. Well, if you look at one more quantity, that is, sir, what is mass of the duster? Mass, I will tell, maybe, sir, 0.2 kilogram mass. Okay. Or else, sometimes if some person goes from one place to, this person is going from one place to another place in time of 2 seconds. So you can calculate time also. Time you can calculate, mass you can calculate, length you can calculate, or pressure, temperature. All these quantities which are measurable are called physical quantities. Now, if physical quantity has only magnitude and no direction, it is called scalar. See, for example, mass of the body 0.2 kg. Mass 0.2 kg or quantity of matter is 0.2 kg. It has only magnitude. Magnitude means what? Value. Magnitude means number, value. But mass has no direction. So it is called which quantity? Scalar quantity. The quantity which has only magnitude, no direction, is called a scalar quantity. Now next comes now what are examples for scalar? That is mass, time, speed, pressure, etc. These are called scalar quantities. Scalar means only value is there. Time, for one person to go from one place to another place, he has taken 20 seconds. Time has got value, magnitude, but no direction is not there. Next comes vectors. The quantity is physical quantity which has both magnitude and direction. Magnitude and direction is called vector. What is the simple meaning? See here, if you take a stone you have taken and you are applying a force of 10 Newton. Force is measured in Newton now. See, this force has got 10 means magnitude. 10 means what it is? Magnitude. Magnitude means value, number 10. As well as direction. Direction is from A to B. Sir, I applied the force in the direction A to B. It has got both magnitude and direction. So force is called which quantity? Vector. Vectors are those physical quantities which have both magnitude and direction. Now, well, whatever scalars and vectors I told, no, there is very big lesson on physical quantities, that is units and measurements. There you will learn in detail. Don't think, sir, you are cutting all the things and teaching to us. It is not like that. For our lesson, even this thing was not there, but I taught. Please concentrate. Representation of a vector. Representation of a vector means what? See, for example, one stone is there, it is pulled, P-U-L-L-E-D, pulled by a person with the force of 10 Newton, force of 10 Newton. He is pulling the stone in the direction A to B. How to represent this one is, see, one more person is pulling the same stone with the force of 20 Newton. One person is pulling with 10 Newton, one more with 20. Imagine both are pulling the stone in the same direction. Now, how to show this single force here on the paper is, say F is equal to 10 Newton, fine. You should select the scale, say 1 centimeter is equal to 5 Newton, scale you can take. For 1 centimeter 5 Newton, for 10 Newton how many centimeters? 1 centimeter, 2. You should draw, see, for 5 Newton 1 centimeter, for 10 Newton how much? 10 divided by 5, that will be equal to how much? 2 centimeters. So, for 10 Newton draw the line of 2 centimeters. This is 2 centimeter line. Now, how do you go reverse? For 1 centimeter 5 Newton, for 2 centimeters how much? 10 Newton. Here, you should draw it as AB. This length represents magnitude. Length gives magnitude. Arrow mark gives what? Direction. Vector is represented by both magnitude and direction. All of you see, this point from which vector starts is called origin. Origin, and this is called head. This is also called tail. This is also called terminus. So vector is having both magnitude and direction. Length represents how much length? 10 Newton length, which is converted as 2 centimeters. It has got both magnitude and direction. What is the direction? A to B. Okay. Now this vector is written as not AB is equal to 10 Newton or 2 centimeters. It is written as vector AB. Vector should be given an arrow mark like this. Vector AB is equal to 10 Newton. So this is representation of the vector. The next, types of vector. See, first null vector. What is the meaning of null vector? Null vector means you consider a small child who cannot pull the stone only. Who cannot pull the stone means how much force he is applying? 0 Newton. She cannot apply the force. Now if vector is having, null vector is the vector, it is the vector, is the vector whose magnitude is 0. Vector whose magnitude is 0, 0, magnitude means value, whose value is 0 is called which vector? Null. Null means 0, nil, like that, null vector. The next, null vector, how do you write, children? Vector A is equal to 0. Null vector means 0 vector. Next, concurrent vectors. Concurrent vectors. Now concurrent vectors means what? Concurrent vectors means, imagine one boat is there. What is there? Small boat is there. It is being pulled by two people. Say one person is pulling it along AB and one more person along AC. Or third person might also be there, that is AD, like that. Three people are pulling, but where the rope is tied at the point A. All these vectors are meeting at one point. If many vectors meet at one point, they are called which vectors? Concurrent vectors. What they are called? Concurrent vectors. The next, coplanar vectors. Coplanar vectors means the vectors which lie in the same plane. Here concurrent definition, let me write. Vectors meeting at one point. Vectors meeting at one point are called concurrent vectors. Coplanar vector means vectors which lie, vectors lying in same plane, vectors lying in same plane, vectors which lie in the same plane. See, for example, my 5 fingers, they are in the plane of the board. They are in the plane of the board. These are called coplanar. But if I put 2 fingers or one of these fingers like this, then these 4 fingers are coplanar, but this finger has come out. Together, they are not coplanar. Coplanar means they should lie in the same plane. Vectors lying in the same plane are called coplanar vectors. Now, what are concurrent coplanar vectors? Concurrent as well as coplanar. Vectors should meet at the same point, but they should also lie in the same plane. They are called concurrent coplanar vectors. The next, fifth, spatial vectors. so many vectors lying in this space. Vectors lying means remain. Vectors lying in the space are called spatial vectors, not special, spatial vectors. The next, what are parallel vectors? Parallel vectors are those, see for example, if you consider vector A and vector B, if their lines of action are parallel to each other, and if they are having same direction, they are called parallel vectors. And what is the meaning of, if they are not parallel, what happens? If they are not parallel, they will meet at one point. They are now called what? Concurrent vectors. Which vectors? Concurrent vectors. If they are parallel, they won't meet, they will remain as they are. If the vectors are having what you call same direction, if the vectors are having same direction, they are called parallel vectors. The next, equal vectors means what, children? Equal vectors means very easy. Equal vectors means, if you consider a vector A, vector B should not be long, it should be what? It should have, vector B should be also equal to what? Vector A. Both should have same magnitude and same direction. These kinds of vectors are called equal vectors. Now you may ask, sir, what is the difference between parallel vector and equal vector? Difference is, parallel vector, what happens? One may be long, one may be short or smaller one. But in equal vectors, both will be having same magnitude value, say 8 centimeter and 8 centimeter like that, and same direction. Now, negative vector. Negative vector means what? See, if I give a number 8, vector is 8 Newton, say force is 8 Newton, that means I'll call it as FAB 8. That means this stone is pulled in the direction A to B with how much force? 8 Newton. It has got magnitude as well as direction. See, negative vector of 8 means what? In one direction positive. Negative vector means it should be pulled in the direction AB dash, and that should have same magnitude 8, but opposite direction. Opposite direction means it should be how much? -8 like that. So if a vector A, vector C is given, its negative vector is having same magnitude but opposite direction. Say A to B we have written +8, A to B dash we have written -8 like this. So negative vector is 1, which has same magnitude, value same but opposite direction. Children, how do we write negative vector of, say, something like m? Negative vector of m is having same magnitude but opposite direction. Opposite means viruddha, like that, opposite direction, negative vector. Unit vector, see children, unit vector is 1, it is the vector having or this way you can define the vector whose magnitude is unity. Magnitude unity means what? See, if vector is given as A, if it is having value 1, maybe 1 Newton, maybe 1 centimeter, like that. If value is 1, that vector is called which vector? Unit vector. Unit means 1. Remember first year, second year, or you go for engineering, unit means 1. Value should be 1. If force is, if you take the stone and if you push it with the force of 1 Newton, how many Newtons? 1 Newton. This is called which vector? Unit vector. Define unit vector. The vector whose magnitude is unity or 1 is called unit vector. Okay. Now please see here. This is which axis, children? X axis. This is which axis? Y axis. You have been taught. But there is one more axis perpendicular to this. This is called which axis? Z axis. We cannot show Z axis here in the space. It has to be here. Now, what is the angle between X and Y axis? 90 degrees. What is the angle between X and Z axis? This is Z axis. Here also 90. This is 90 degrees. We cannot show it like that. Angle between thumb and this finger, that is Y axis and Z axis, is also how much? 90 degrees. Now what happens? Along X axis, unit vector is given the symbol I cap. Unit vector is unit vector. Unit vector is represented by a cap. If cap is put, that is called unit vector. If it is along X axis, unit vector is I. If it is Y axis, unit vector is J cap, CAP cap, J cap. If it is Z axis, it is K cap. Sir, what is use of this? Concentrate. If you take a stone, what you have taken, children? A stone, and we are having 3 powerful people, strong people, pulling this stone. One person is pulling this stone with 10 Newton. One more person is pulling here along Z axis. Maybe he is pulling with say 8 Newton. Maybe third person is lifting the stone, same stone along Y axis, maybe with 12 Newton. How to represent this one is, see, 10 Newton force is along which axis? X axis. So you should write 10 I Newton. And one person is pulling along which axis? Which axis? Y axis. 12 J. 12 J caps. Please pardon me. This is total force. What about third person? He is pulling the stone with 8 Newton force along Z axis. So we should write 8 K cap. Sir, why we should write this? Listen here. 10 magnitude I cap is unit vector. Its value is, you may wonder, it is 1 only. It is 1. But why we should write? You tell. See, we write this to tell direction, driver. I cap is unit vector along X axis. J cap. Sir, why we should write J cap? This J cap will tell 12 Newton force is there. How much force? 12 Newton. Force is there along which axis? Y axis. Along Y axis. Instead of writing Y axis here, we will give it as which one? J. J means you should understand this is which axis? Y axis. Why K is written? Its value is also 1 only. All are unit vectors. K cap is also 1. But why we should write? It will tell the force is 8 Newton along which axis? Z axis. To show direction, drivers. They are drivers. Direction is shown. To give the direction, we write unit vector, like that. Unit vector is one whose magnitude is unity or 1. I think it is far clearer here. I am very sorry. It should be F vector 10I plus 12J plus 8K so many Newton. Children, if you have understood this, what is the meaning of, well, I will write this one as minus 10I. The meaning of minus 10I is the body is pulled not along positive X axis but which axis? Negative X axis with how much force? 10 Newton. 10 gives magnitude, I cap gives direction. So like this. Vector is represented by A cap is called magnitude, sorry please pardon me, A is called magnitude, A cap is called direction. See for example, force of 12 Newton, 12 is called value, magnitude, and I cap is called direction. Vector is having both magnitude and direction. This is vector representation. Or if you write A cap, it will be the ratio. Ratio means division. Ratio of given vector, take this here, and its magnitude is called, what children? Is called unit vector. Unit vector is ratio of the given vector and its magnitude. Ratio means division, divide, like that. Children, this is x coordinate, this is y coordinate, this is which coordinate? This chalk piece is which coordinate? Z coordinate. Imagine here one bird is flying. What is flying? Bird is flying. Suppose bird was here. What were its x, y, z coordinates? X, y, z. X was 0 only. Y is also 0. Z is also 0. All three were 0, 0, 0. If bird flees here, it has fled away from us. That is our origin. If it is here, suppose this is bird. Someone will ask, sir, where is the bird? Don't say, sir, it is in the sky. I will ask, what is position of the bird? You should tell, sir, bird has gone along x-axis some 7 meters. How many meters it has gone ahead? 7 meters. What is the height of the bird? Maybe it is 12 meters. How many meters? 12. 12 meter up it has come. But this bird is not in the plane of the board. It has come here also. Oh bird idhar aaya. You should also tell how much is z axis. How much ahead it has come. How much is this distance? Maybe this distance is say some 6 meters. So this is 6. So from the origin, draw a vector, from the origin draw a vector till the position of the bird. This vector OP is called position vector, which is R, vector R. Position of the bird and vector. Don't write bird in the exam, it is an example. Position vector is the vector directed from origin to the given point. Position vector is the vector directed from origin to the given point. This is called position vector. How do you draw position vector if the particle is here? If same bird has gone here somewhere at point P dash, how do you draw? Join origin and that bird. Origin से bird को straight line you should draw. This straight line OP dash, I will call upon this one as R dash, is called position vector of the bird in second case. Position vector. How do you define position vector? Position vector is the vector directed from origin to the given point. This is called position vector. R is position vector. Here R dash is position vector, like that. Now how to write position vector R is in our example. See, vector R should be written x along x axis, which is unit vector I cap, x I cap, y j cap, z k cap. Sir, why I cap? I cap is unit vector along x axis. x-axis means you should write I only. Sir, how many meters? X 7. So you should write 7I cap. Y means how much is the height of the bird? What is the height? 12. So you should write 12J. What is Z? Z, it is 6 meters. 6 meters. It has come here. 6 meters here. So you should write 6K cap. This entire thing is called position vector of the R. And actually how to find magnitude of R? Value of R. Sir, you are telling 12 meters up, 7